boy. Good boy. Come here. Oh. There you go. Hi, you guys. I'm a-comin'. Getting my little puppy here all squared away. Okay. We're in for another doozy. So, welcome into WCIA Network, everybody, to my familia here. Jesse, what's shaking bacon? Yeah, raining here too. So let me turn this off. Okay, welcome into WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. All right. Lisa Muffin Top, my wonderful ma, for those who don't know, G.H. White, BC, Crystal, Shazam, Jesse. Wow, you're all coming in really nice and fast. I love it. Jess is coming soon. How are you guys? Susan, Vanessa, Jean, if I didn't say that already. All right, Mary, hi. You were right there on the top. All right, well, geez. I'm going to have to let this soak in and see where it takes me. As you guys know, I am focusing on bringing back the old videos from the beginning of June 15th and bringing back photos and information from those that were here from day number 1. Now that I have gone full circle with Summer Moonwell's Missing Children, for those that don't know, I am here strictly for the kids, and it's not about anyone but bringing justice to the children. I help bring justice to the children by sharing their story of what they went through. And that's all I know from. So when I talk about different creators, which I do often, and the reason I do that is because that's how I get my images to show you guys. In the beginning, there were just a few creators that had incredible videos that no longer really hold the value like it used to. Images have been tampered with, videos have been changed, they've been altered, and going back to the original people that were involved is really the key to focusing in on the correct information instead of gathering information from actually the same creators, but they just put it out differently. I call it deep fake, right? Hi, Joy. I call it deep fake. Hi, Sugar Bee. Information that's put over the truth, and that's called deep fake. Sugar Bee celebrates 14 months. Thank you. Welcome, Hex. 14 months. It's amazing. And the presentation that I put out, it was yesterday. I can't even recall. Was pretty good. And today I am bringing in Tim Mullen's information next, because yesterday I focused in on the boxes, the holes, where I see them, where I see where they could find them, and to show you how that element has been the same since the very first post. I'm doing that again today with Tim Mullen and his information. I don't know anything about him. To me, he looks like, everyone to me looks like Brian Kohlberger, so, and Enan, and whatever. They all look the same to me, so, you know, I don't know who's who, but Tim Mullen, I thought, was a really good next piece of the puzzle to discuss, because many of you guys haven't seen or didn't go back to the originals, and Tim Mullen was really the next on site. He was the next, what could I say, a chip for the chess game, right? And we started with Timothy was there. We started with Tim Mullins. We started with Robin. You know, a lot of creators, if they're not gone, their information is gone from the beginning. Tim Mullen, I still have his information. You guys could still find his information, but Tim Mullen is one of those people that shows Summer Moon Wells' story very clearly. Tim Mullen's information is really what really confused me with everyone else's information. I'm going to show you photos that I have, and I'm like, does no one see the truth? Because I always went back to the originals. So my originals held different information than what came out the next day from another creator. Tim Mullen's information was very crystal clear. A lot of his photos of Summer, especially those from the beginning, like of her in the car, or a photo like this with her with Robin, always spoke to me way larger and bigger and stronger than the other ones. See, these are both Summer Moon, and that's supposed to be Summer Moon on a milk jug. Tim Mullen always has our Summer Moon in the leaves. He always has Summer Moon in the trees. He always has Summer Moon with these little twigs coming out of her. What I noticed lately is that each and every one of his videos has that information. And his milk jug isn't a milk jug. And Summer Moon is not in a car. So when I saw certain information from Tim Mullen, that's really what resonated with me. Now, everyone on YouTube that's trying to find Summer Moon Wells, different information is going to resonate with each one of you. No one knows who's right or wrong. Nothing's been proven true. But because I know my elements and I'm following them so very closely, I know when I see my equipment in the background, I always look in the very, very, very darkest of the darkest corners. Tim Mullen consistently has the equipment in the background. He did from day number 1. So the equipment always looks the same. Yeah, does it look really weird back there? Fuck yeah. But it's the same. Tim Mullen's information that I'm going to go over today brings me to the bridge in which I feel has evidence, brings us to the body of water that I feel Summer was sacrificed, and that's where her swing actually swung over the body of water that Tim Mullen shows. Now, this is for entertainment purposes, right, and educational purposes. I haven't found any piece of anything at the body of water that I look at. That's up to the authorities to figure out. That's up to the authorities to go save the day. I could just tell you that I said from day number 1 that this stuff was under a tunnel, underground, under a bridge, in the water. It's being pulled, and it's connected to heavy metal because they're being pulled in these things called carts and buggies. Nothing's changed. Day number 1, Tim Mullen has that information in his videos. Am I saying that he's the one who's doing this? No, I don't give a shit about him. All I know is the elements match. Hey, G.H. White, rumple long hair. They match. And when I show photos of summer moon within the leaves and within the trees, that I see where she's been hidden, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it. There are a couple things that creators show that it's like, I call it a control board. How I see this being done is completely through technology, and it's being run on computers, and there's certain elements that stay consistent with each victim. Tim Mullen from day number 1 has shown that. I knew to put it to the side. It's right on top, because then I found that same thing in Benny Keys. I found that same thing in Don Wells. It's this little thing up here with the stick. Each victim has this. This is their stick, and this here is what goes with them. I don't know what it is. It's an element that shows over and over and over. For all I know, that is in the goddamn tree. Oh. Oh. You guys, all I keep seeing is those freaking drawings from that lady. It's like, it just so matches. The information up here, you guys, is very important to the authorities. They must recognize that these are patterns. When I am telling you to the authorities, you must recognize that these are elements that are with each sacrifice. They're not just twigs, and they're not just sitting there doing nothing. That's summer moon. Oh, thank you, BC, for that super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. This is summer moon with all those little twigs going through her. And Tim Mullen shows it beautifully in the beginning. This little thing on top is what I was showing you yesterday. Quentin Simon, Nina. Right here. These are the things that are called elements that mark each victim. This stuff up here. This is the stuff that serial killer is showing. This is the stuff that is shown. This is the stuff that John Wayne Gacy showed. This. It's not just twigs and shit. That is logically placed in here within the twigs. The information that they are coding and putting in here is there. And let me tell you something. It's right above this photo. The most important 2 photos that showed up day number 1. So what I'm telling you is you go back. Those are the elements that are the most important. Those are the elements that if you find those under the bridge like I did, you go under the bridge and you go look for fucking SUMMERWELLS. That's what you do. These are sticks with the green face under the bridge. Those are the green faces. They're not just stuck in there. These are elements of summer moon. I had these photos, but the truth is I didn't recognize. I'm just like, what the hell is that? Well, now it's all over the place. All over the place. What is shown here, I truly believe Tim Mullen is showing the sacrificed pieces placed in this area of Kingsport, by the bridge, under the tunnel, in the water. That right there So he shows the elements in the video. Now, do I know if Tim Mullen put those in there? No. What I know is they go in this video from day number 1. And the words that he places over these bridges, looking back today, as I'm doing with my videos, oh man, it speaks volumes. This here says, meeting Candace at first prayer vigil. 1. I stepped in to steer the media off Candace. 2. Robin learning better how to work with the media. 3. Website findsummerwells.com introduced to public. 4. Tim trying to stay invisible, which makes work easier. I manage the main news and entertainment media for the family, not their own YouTube call-ins. His pictures and information stay within the water, within the body of water and the tree in which I believe is critical to go look at. These locations that Tim is showing is critical. 5. I met Candace, though not really by introduction. There's nothing that Tim Mullen puts in a video that doesn't tell the story. Tim Mullen is telling the story. He has gone to that house that you see here 2 times by the same body of water in 2 separate videos. What you see here, you guys, if I were to give my, which I'm going to obviously, I'm going to give my clairvoyant reading. And when I do something like that, I'm hoping that I feel direction and I see within the video, like within the picture, right? When I look at this picture, I see a body of water over here somewhere, over here. So here's the house over here somewhere. This house has been shown before. This is a dam. And this is looking, oh, the same way I said yesterday, looking southwest. They're looking southwest. That house is facing, the front of that house is facing east. It's facing the water. Okay? Tim is looking from a far distance. This is, everything's been done already. So whenever this was taken, everything has been done. This is water. These are the mountains. The sun sets behind him. The sun rises above the mountain. These are very important photos and very important locations. The first pictures I posted June 22nd, part 1 of this video series. I accidentally wrote SUMMERWELLS instead of Wells. That is how little I knew of the Wells family. Then I saw YouTube, and wow, did her name sell, quote unquote, for them. More viewers, more gossip, more money. So a lot of you weren't here then, right? This was a few days after Summer went missing. He did put that. And it created a whole big ruckus on Tiffany Marie, on Molly Golightly. I mean, like, huge. AB, Ziggy, Justice for All those channels that were there with me from the way beginning. These words that he puts over particular parts of the water tells the story, you guys. No one was doing a website yet for the family. I'm very familiar in how to make websites, ... The so-called friends that call you and say they want to help, ... and then they start blabbing everything, ... The words that he chose to put in this video are very, very significant. If you go back to when Jody Sue, there was something happened. This is my intuitive reading, right? Something happened. Something went wrong, you guys. Something went very wrong, and it created a fight between, like, the North and South, right? Between the battles of the battlefield. And Tim Mullen was supposed to be the one to take it over and do what needed to be done. Period. He came in because something got so screwed up, all with the wrong people. Total chaos. There's a reason we didn't see Candace, you guys, for the first 7 days, I think it was 7 days, I don't remember, that Summer went missing. She stayed in the house. We don't know where she was. Maybe she wasn't in the house. Something went wrong. People started talking. Tim Mullen came in quietly, just like he said. He needed to stay unseen. He needed to stay in the background. But the problem is, YouTube creators wouldn't allow him to stay in the background. They couldn't help themselves. He didn't stay invisible. He came to clean up the mess. He knew them way before. He knew them. Of course he knew them. He didn't meet them the day that he said he met them. That was the first moment I felt protective. So I let the media know she said no to interviews. So he says he met Candace the first time at the first vigil. Now remember that first vigil, he was right next to her. He put his hand, I have pictures, I'll show you. He was right on them. He was front and center. And not knowing them or not have met them, he all of a sudden becomes protective and tells interviews no. Bullshit. Bullshit. These are the gates and areas in which this video is being taken. Tim Mullen, as he is speaking over this video and walking and putting this together and editing it, is telling the story of Summer after she was sacrificed. These children are put in areas where they could go be seen. They're little boxes, you guys. They're little pieces that are saved as trophies. I believe that Tim Mullen knows where this is. I believe that's what Tim Mullen is showing. Now, it may not be right by this gate, but this is what they look like. I know my elements. I know what my boxes look like. These are the stories, you guys, of the children. Tim Mullen was first on site for a reason. There is an in and out way to these tunnels. You go in and you go out, and they are covered with things like this. Covered. Am I saying that's right there? No, but let me tell you something. For the law enforcement that goes and looks for something, you need to move the boulders that look like they're not supposed to be there. You need to look at the walls that are by the water, by the river, by the bridge, and by the tunnel, and look at the rocks. Now, me being who I am, a clairvoyant, whatever you want to call it, I see where I would move the rock because they're telling the story. You move it. You don't walk by it. You move the rocks. You move them. No one is going to find the opening to these tunnels by just walking on by with your dogs. This is speaking to me. This is speaking to me. This is speaking. This is right here. If I were there, I would look for all of these things that look like strings. Like bamboo pieces. It's in there. There's a way in and a way out to these tunnels. Let me tell you, Tim Mullen did a fantastic job making all of these pieces of grass to cover up what they don't want you to see. These pieces of grass, you guys, these are the pieces of grass. See this? This is just like what that serial killer drew. There's no difference. Because all he did was the same damn thing. Put pieces of grass over the information. And nobody is looking. Nobody. Pieces of grass. There is no difference between whatever they're trying to tell you here, than what I've been showing you. That is the same conversation as this. Why? Because this is the V, the 5, and the A, and it has that little teeny thing on top that I told you every person that was sacrificed and touched by this has one. They all have one. This shit that you're looking at is no different than any other drawing that I have shown up to date. Depending on how you put the lighting will depend on what layer you look at. But they're all telling the same story. This is telling the same story. It's just layered. Layered. And you want to be able to see what's under there. Tim Mullen put this in his video. I believe that this is just I think I have a clearer one here. This is a map of where he's walking. Now, I haven't looked at this map yet. I'm going to look at it with you guys for the first time and see what pops out to me. I'm going to see what pops out. Let me pull it up, make it bigger. Okay. Change the coloring a little so I could work with it. All right, this is the map. See, the first thing that comes to mind is Jody Sue Brown's map of her property that she drew just like this. And what pops out to me are the squares. These squares. If I were to follow what I have learned through the SUMMERWELLS and John Wayne Gacy case, I would follow the shape of the ground. Like, I'd follow the earth. Not the words, the earth. So, see this V? These are very important within the Earth's atmosphere. I would follow where the V's meet. That's what I would do. I would follow where the earth takes me. Not as much as the words. Because when I look at John Wayne Gacy, who I believe had the same philosophy, his maps have these, and that's where the heads were. They have V's. and they were placed, I believe, I don't know what direction, but they were all placed like in the same southwest. They were all facing the same way. So when I look at this, and if I were able to dig, I would go to the corners where the earth meets, where the land meets. And there's like a pin drop here. Like a marking. This is Summer Moon Wells' photos of these locations. This here, Summer Moon and each and every victim, they all have a stick and they all have the same information, right? Summer Moon Wells' information here on this video shows the same sticks that I have been pointing out since the beginning. These sticks wind up at Grandis's RV. They're more than just sticks, you guys. They're the mesh. And they're showing this shit in the video thinking we're not going to know what the fuck it is. Well, guess what, guys? That's the heart with the mesh. And this is Summer Moon Wells' stick. You see, when you stick to the elements, you're going to find it. You're going to find the answer. Arden Papillon, they showed her sticks really well. It is unbelievable that no one's talking about them. Those sticks are what you find and they go in the water to go get them. They're very powerful sticks. Each victim has their own stuff. Their own stuff. This is Summer Moon Wells' stick. It's very clear. This is the stuff with the mesh. I showed you guys this exact thing with Benet Ramsey. All of that stuff in the mesh and everything was on her bed. Was on her bed. This is majorly important. This is, oh my God. When they say they're going to go find, they want to find the children, they want to go find and bring her home. Well, this is what they're bringing home. They're not bringing home a body. This is what's in his videos. Every picture of Summer bleeds into these leaves and these woods and this body of water and this tree. It's his background. I believe these are 4 different kids. These are not all the Summers that we know. This is what you call Summer Moon Wells missing children. These are Summer Moon Wells missing children. This here is shown really quickly as he pans. All of the stuff that winds up in front of Grandis's RV is gathered. See it? Gathered. This is what's on the tree. You guys, those are ropes. Like, this stuff is, this is Summer Moon Wells. This is her, these are her trophies that Arbania went out to look for her daughter, Arden. These are trophies. He's showing it. This is what's all wrapped in the white mesh. This is what goes in the water and gets pulled out. These are trophies. He's showing it. He's showing it. It's right here. This is what I've been showing in the water. Each victim has it. They go in the water and they try to get all this out. They collect it. They collect it. All of the little teeny little critters that I call them are wrapped up right in here. You guys, the face, you know, like that, those faces that you see, they're all wrapped in here. These are the little critters. These are Paw Patrols. Right in there. Those are Paw Patrols. We see it, Tim Mullen. Whoever Tim Mullen is, we see it. There's the face coming up. This is the same information that I showed yesterday. It never changes. It never changes. This here are Summer Moon Wells' trophies. These are Summer Moon Wells' trophies. So we can be free. I'm going to answer that. So what's the point if corrupt police don't care? If I were to write a mission statement why I'm here, most people here know I'm here to speak the story of the children to bring justice. I am here to tell the story through channeling the story of the children. So we bring them justice by telling their story. We're not waiting for the law enforcement to come here and say, oh yeah, I don't give a shit. I am having confidence within myself to know that this is the story of the missing children. So what we're doing here as a WCIA family, and you're included, you're here with us, here with the, everyone here is a part of it. We're educating through showing the videos and the images so other people know how to see it with or without the police saying yes or no. So we're here to educate, to show others that this is real and that you're not seeing things. This is in here. This is all here. Tim Mullen's pictures are very different from what they became through people putting the deep fakes over it. Summer Moon Wells' photos, trigger warning, is what I have always seen. There are only few select creators that have the photos that were used under the deep fakes. Trigger warning, because this is a real picture of Summer Moon and it makes me want to cry. because this is really what she looks like in the photo. That is her hand. Half of that is the summer, the other half is deep faked. This is the stuff that no one is stopping to talk about because they're not educated enough to realize that there's deep fake over it. But somebody from the beginning has a true story. They have the story. You know, Summer Moon Wells here is a different Summer Moon Wells in the middle than you know of. That's not the Summer Moon we know. But she has shit all over her neck. And that is not the same photo that you saw from the beginning. This child's a different child. This is what I call the deep fake. All of these pictures of Summer Moon are abusive and very different from what we've seen in the beginning. Tim Mullen's whole entire video is speaking code to the people doing this. Again, watch the leaves, watch what happens to this video, this portion. When Summer Moon told us she was in the leaves, she's in the leaves. Like literally in the leaves. Like in the leaves. This is what I saw from the beginning. That's Summer Moon's face. This is the raccoon face. It's green. It's right there. What you're looking at here, all these little scrappy pieces. There's your number 5. Again. It's the same as that freaking fucking serial killer stuff that they put up. No different. Speaking the same language. That is speaking this language. This is the serial killers. You could speak any language you want in front of me. I still give you a reading. So you could put this shit in front of me all day and I'll tell you what it's saying. It's saying we're the same group. These are sacrifices. Hi Stein. Here's what I decided to do with you. Until I see. Okay, so Stein is here, and I put up last stuff. Until I see a report given to the United States of America about what I showed on my live, I can't have you in here. In order for you to be with us here, WCIA Network family, we're all one. And the information you have, I cannot have you in here until I see that you reported it to the United States of America. So I have to ban you until I see that report, because that will not serve the children well if you come in here without doing what you're supposed to do. Because the intention would be what? You have something to do right now that could help the children. report all of your information, send me a copy of the report, and you could come on in. You could come on in. You just have to send that stuff in and let me know when it's sent in and come on in. Because then that would be serving the children and not self-serving. So we will wait for that. So the other photo that we have here is the very famous photo of Summer Moon in the car. Now, many of us have seen many versions of Summer in the car. This is the version of Tim Mullen. Let him talk. I'm not here for him to do that. I'm channeling my information. This is Tim Mullen's. I want you to notice what's behind Summer. I want you, and it's not that these things are covered and covered. Yes, they're covered and yes, they're layered, but the information that stays consistent, that's probably the pillow, is the maroon box in the back. But what you have to understand is that this photo shows it as a box, and there's really no confusion, as everyone was trying to make it on YouTube, because people tampered with the elements. These elements, this element that you see clearly, you clearly see that the maroon box is in front of the red box, but people started tampering with the evidence of elements. So the maroon box and the information that was most important started to get covered. They started covering it. If you watch this picture, let me make it bigger. You're going to see, and I'm going to cut out a lot of the tree stuff. I just don't want you to get caught up in looking at trees. Look here on Summer, what's supposed to be the seatbelt. And then in the beginning I said that I saw the heart. There's the little heart on the milk. A lot of this stuff, you guys, most of you have not seen this. You haven't seen it this way. It's very clear. And as these pictures move within his YouTube channel, not move like when you go by them, I see the information that I need to grab. And it goes right back to the beginning. Here. It's very different information, you guys. And what they do is they layer it inside the video. So when you see the story, anyone else is going to be like, it's all layered. That's not the story. It is the story. These are the story. These are the most important photos of Summer Moon. What you're looking at right here. These are different children. They're not all one Summer Moon that you know of. They're not. This is what I call the SUMMERWELLS missing children. These are a load of kids. And they're locked up and they're being sold. They're being sold here, you guys. This is like the SUMMERWELLS grouping of children. The longer I speak and sit on these photos, the better they tell the story. Each and every one of these has information buried within the video, buried within their picture. It depends on how you want to look at it. You brighten it up or you bring it down. I'll show you. This is the summer I said is not the summer we know of. This one. This isn't the summer we know of. This is a different child. And see the baby behind her? These are the SUMMERWELLS missing children that I try to give justice to, with or without the authorities saying I'm right or wrong. Because just by me telling this story right now, and even just recognizing that there are other kids under the name SUMMERWELLS. These are not the same kids. And this is what Tim Mullen has on his videos. So for anyone who thinks that this is all about just one summer moon, it isn't. This is somebody totally different, and different from what we have in our own videos. They're different children. And what I've been trying to do is give justice to every one of the SUMMERWELLS missing children by recognizing them. I mean, look at this. Trust me, you've never seen it this way. This is another summer moon. But let me tell you, Tim Mullen, whoever the Tim Mullen, now, okay, we don't know if it's a Tim Mullen that we know. I'm telling you that I see it, and I'm putting it out there that this is where these children go in and go out, is through the areas that are being shown here. Right here. The SUMMERWELLS that I see in these videos, you guys, are dozens of other children. When I go back specifically to his, that's what I do. I do readings on these pictures. I don't wait to, you know, all I see is the child. I see the child, you guys. The atmosphere and where they are, they're all in the same spot, in a hole in the ground. They're in the hole that I showed you. They're not riding a horse by the water. They're being sold. They're being televised. They're being watched. And these are all different kids. So I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that there's different kids and they want justice. Look at that Summer. Lots going on here, you guys. And this is what I'm doing here. It's to, bring, shed light on what I'm seeing. Shed light on really what's going on in these photos. And again, yesterday was about all the holes. This is still the same thing. It's the boxes, it's the holes. It goes back to the original people that started talking about summer, and it goes back to the original videos that hold the pictures that were shown the first 48 hours. No other picture is relevant other than the ones that were shown like the first 48 hours. And then as the photo moves up and gets a little sliver of it on the top of the frame, that gives to me the best information. But it gets cut off, so you just get like, let me show you. The littlest piece But what I want you to see is what I have shown before. I've shown this, that the milk jug's actually ahead. Like, that's what it's showing. Right at the corner. That isn't a milk jug, and that's not summer that we know of. What you're looking at is the jug, the milk jug, like the ones I showed you that Michael Vaughn have, as well as Summer in the car. I want you to look at what's going on as far as doodles that are coming out of it. This is telling the story because this is one of the most important pieces. So give it some time. This here comes from above right. Let me make it, change the contrast. So interesting where okay, so here I change the contrast. This is exactly what the goddamn motherfucking serial killer is doing. There's your drawing. All I did was, I said, all you gotta do is change the contrast. Look up top. It's changing with me. There's just a little girl, here's a child looking right at you. Right here. This is the jug that you see right here. This is telling the story. Here are the eyeballs. Here's a critter. This is a head. This is a body. Do you guys see that? And then here's these little things flying around like I showed you on that guy's photo. It's telling the story. So people that, again, I'm going to go back to this. This is the same thing. This is telling Summer Moon Missing Children story. Whoever drew this is telling the story of whoever they murdered. And when I showed this the other day, this winds up the same story because this is Summer Moon. See how that stuff goes on the bottom? It's always been there. Just maroon little, whatever you want to call them, they wind up telling a story. This will wind up telling a story. Look what's going on here. It's changing. So anyone that's never seen this before, you're in for a treat. This is telling Summer Moon story, and what happens is it shifts and it changes. And that's not Summer Moon up on top. That's someone with dark hair. Do you guys see what's going on here? And this is what happens at WCAA Network. Do you remember how Summer had that little square thing on her? Some of the people saw this, and we couldn't figure out what it was right here. This is just another version. Here, I'm going to open it wider so we see it better. Watch. There. You guys see it? It's Summer Moon's story. That's not Summer, that's someone with dark skin. You guys, that's not Summer at all. This is what happens here. Put a 1 in chat if you see that child with that. See how that matches, and watch how there's another head, another person in the middle. Do you guys see this right here? These are the lashes. And there's one of these. Remember I told you with the dot on top? So that there, you guys, is equivalent to this. That there, and they're in the other videos, is equivalent to that little red dude. Like one of these things. Thank you for those ones. Thank you, thank you. So, moving on with Tim Mullen. His photos, I'm going to repeat myself, show the sacrifice. The photos, if you go within them, Give yourself some time. Don't rush. Like, look at the photo. Make it brighter. Look at it. Don't just assume your eye is going to take you where it's supposed to take you. Sometimes you have to give your eyeball a moment. I wanted to show you the arms. I'm going to show you what's in her arms. Now, we don't know who this is. I don't know who Robin is. I don't care. It's the elements. Just pretend you don't see a face. We don't care. These are elements. Look. So when I say you really need to pay attention to what's in the video, you really do have to look just for the elements. Don't let your eyeball, so when you look at a photo and you know your elements, don't allow your eyeball to take you to the little kid with the balloon. You want to go right there to the maroon box and to the arm and to the hand. And to this element. You don't want your eye to wander away. You want to look within the crowd to find your elements and see what's going on back there. You want to look. You want to question. Okay. This is written from Tim or Candace. Candace, I said I can't find Summer. Get home now, Candace recalled. He was like, call 911. So I dropped my phone because I had to run and get Mom's phone and dial 911 because her AT&T phone is the only one that works out here to call 911. So I called them and told them what's going on. Really? Oh my God, crock of shit. Who here's never heard that before? I know I have. I heard in the beginning that Grandma had a phone that worked, and then they forgot about it. They forgot all about that. Thank you, guys. So this is in the beginning. Since the beginning, things changed. Things changed. Because she didn't do this afterwards. She didn't say this. He was like, call 911. So I dropped my telephone, basically. No, you didn't. I dropped my phone because I had to run over and get Mom, which is Grandis's phone, and dial 911. Because her like all these words, it wouldn't even all come out of her mouth at once. Because her AT&T phone is the only one that works out here. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me tell you. I remember this picture. This picture reminds me of Madeleine McCann. When I see Madeleine McCann standing in some kitchen like this, I see her standing right here with Summer. I feel as if they're in the same spot. Like, physically, maybe not. But what this is and what this represents in the kind of room she's in and with the same stuff, they're standing in the same space. That's how I see it. It's like the same photo. Stuff back here are elements. This summer moon, I'm right, is standing. She's already taken. Oh, Jesus Christ. Tim, did you take her? I said I couldn't find Summer. Get home now. Candace recalled. He was like, call 911. So I dropped my phone because I had to run over and get Mom's phone. I'm literally questioning if he took Summer. That's what I'm questioning right now. I feel very very strange. Who is this little girl? Tim Mullen. Oh shit, you guys, this is the room. Oy. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Okay. You guys, that's the whole, that right there with the cart and the whole, the boxes. This is a message. This is a message to the parents. This is I feel very strongly about Tim Mullen right now. Yeah, the drawer is not a drawer. It's the maroon box is in there. It's the maroon box. It's a message. to message. That hit me really, like, very softly and very warm in the chest area, like it was like this was recognized. Again, you guys, if I go into these photos, you're getting a different photo than it intended it to be, that they intended it to be. It's crazy how much information is coming from Tim Mullen's stuff. So when I say about V's in the ground, and I looked at, I'm talking about where the land meets these V's right here, where the land meets the water. See? Where the land meets the water. That comes out. That's what it is. Land meets the water. I've showed you guys these photos before of bamboo sticks. I want you to watch the series of photos of Tim Mullen's bamboo stick. These bamboo sticks, to me, are the same fake bamboo sticks that were in the backyard of the wells when I kept saying, for those remember, that is a fake tree, that's a fake tree. There's two fake trees next to the tree. Wait, let me see, fake tree. Done. I want to see, because that's exactly what it is. I've said that for so long. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So this is Don at Carnival. What? That's interesting. So look what happened to Don's photo here. Oh no, I'm not going to pick it up. Wait. Home. Shoot. Give me a minute. I don't think I'm gonna find it. It's the picture of him on his, let's see, home. Don Wells' home, but I don't think it's in this one. Of the trees that are on his property. Oh, here. So, copy. Great example. Remember I said that summer moon a long time ago, I said that's a drawing of her face? See, that's what they do here. These are the drawings with the stick. It's right in his videos. It's right there. See those drawings coming out? See if I can brighten it. I'm going to brighten this. So these are summer. That's how I see it. And this is, again, a good example. Yeah, the bamboo sticks. I'm going to show you. But these drawings have been since the beginning. The first time I saw them was at June 15th, the night of June 15th, that Jody Sue Brown put up. So watch these bamboo sticks. They have little things sticking out of them, and he walks around with this bamboo stick. The bamboo stick was actually in drawings of these little kids' drawings, and I said, I think they use bamboo sticks. That's Tim. This bamboo stick started out with no leaves on it at all. There, wait, nope. Maybe I have it over here. This is used. That bamboo stick, you guys, stays with him. I think that was a stick that's sticking in the ground where I said fake trees, because those have always been a part of it. I want you to notice how this is super fake. And the other thing that needs to be recognized is this picture. Anyone that followed the Michael Vaughn knows that a green tractor like that, Michael Vaughn has. So when I saw this photo, this reminded me of like a cemetery site. Like wherever this is in the leaves, is important. What I could also tell you is this picture is split in two. You have these kids in the leaves on the right hand side, and then the photo changes with not one leaf to be had past the back tire. Right here. Right here. This is one side. It's another. Why? Is it because you covered up the bright green tractor with the white top? Is it because that's what we do with the cars that you guys use? You put a cover on the top so it looks different, and then you remove it. This is removable. That looks like Michael Vaughn's green tractor. This is how they do it with the cars. These come off. This comes off, and you have the tractor on the bottom. This makes it look like a car, and it's a tractor, you guys. That's what I get from this picture. They're showing it here, and that's what you guys do in the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's cases. That's what you do. So when I talk about V's in the ground and they put trophies in certain areas, it's where the nature meets. You know, it's like they're points, they're V points, like that. So when I'm looking at this, I see that that's not real, right? But what it's telling me is right there, trophies were put there, right by the V, right at the tip. Oh, that's what those are, though. They're pins, pin needle, the little needles. They're those little. They put those little needles there. The little needles that show up in the photos. That's what they're putting there. The little pins. And look at that. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's not a real body. This is what Summer Moon Wells looks like on the swing in Tim Mullen's videos. You've never seen these before, neither have I. I truly feel full-heartedly that this swing was swinging over this body of water. The swing you're looking at was not in their backyard. The swing you're looking at was over the property that's in Tim Mullen's videos. That is not the same. It's not the same. I believe that whatever is being shown in this photo of Summer, I believe that to be Summer's trophies. Is this. Let me crop it in because it's so little. Represents this Summer at the end of her life. This is the swing, which is a chair, and I mark this as that. And that wherever this is against whatever tree, that's where she was sacrificed. 110%. These are different photos that he has of Summer by the tree. I think that they're at the water. These are different kind of photos. If you go to these videos and go look at the photos, go in close to them and you'll see different kind of images that will help you really recognize that there's another story going on. And they're pretty much there. They're just different angles and photos that I don't believe most people here has seen. All of those little teeny photos. Let me show you one more. As I'm quiet, I'm looking at the pictures. In the smallest corner. Wait a minute. Let me grab this one. Okay. Okay, so this here is the truth. So in this, sometimes you get these small little squares within the square. And this here will show you, this is how I've always seen Summer sitting in a hole. This is the fake swing photo. Right in the middle there. Summer is sitting in a hole. Her feet are in the basket. And she's hanging. She's holding on. She's either going down under or she's coming up. So this is what you have. Let me zoom out a little in these little corners. They really need to be looked at. Because there you see, way back in the beginning, I'm like, oh, they've got these green chairs laying around. That's a green, that is the top of something with the hole on it. I saw green in the beginning, so I don't know what it'd be now, if it'd be the same, but that's the truth. And what has been placed over it is called the deep fake. It's a deep fake. This is what happened to the Summer Moon Wells children that I'm showing you photos of. This. Let me zoom into the last one. Not the last one, I still have so many pages. Here. She's not sitting on a swing, you guys. Not even close to a swing. It's disturbing. I would think it's disturbing to someone. I mean, this is what is happening. This is the truth. That's the truth. That's what's underneath these videos. That's what's underneath these photos. That. It gives information to where Summer Moon Wells trophies could be found. This is more of the truth than when you see the swinging of the swing in the TikTok. This is the stuff that is all the way from the beginning. When I see and look at this photo, these are a bunch of the same photos. What I see are the elements. So I'm trying to just show you guys, like, I know the story already because I've been repeating the story for 2 years. So when I tell you that these boxes are pulled, look at that, are pulled Even though that's probably whatever, the walls, what I see is the story. That these things are being pulled underground, helped by a railroad. That's what I see. And what I see all the way to the left here is that happening on the bridge. This here is this person being pulled. That is exactly what I see happening under the bridge. So when I see these things being pulled and I see the boxes, it's the story that's beneath this picture. Because someone who doesn't know my channel will be like, wait a minute, those are bricks. Well, yeah, they're bricks to you, but not to me. He is being pulled up. He's being pulled up. This person is being sacrificed. He's standing in water. He is standing in water by the bridge, being pulled in a situation that's right here. That's what I'm saying. That's how this stuff works for me. It tells the story. It tells me the story that SUMMERWELLS' sacrifice was in Kingsport, and someone really fucked up, and Tim Mullen was called in to clean up, you guys, to clean it up, because someone couldn't keep their mouth shut. And he got Summer. Somewhere in between. Then she got sold again. That's what it is. He had to get Summer back. Something got fucked up with the wrong people. And that's what Steen's video was about. Being sold, being brought back and sold again. That's what he did. Yeah, I think that because the photo that I have, I think Tim Mullen came in, that's what he did, and then was sold again. I really think that was a picture of Summer. And I think that by him cleaning it up, he needed to put all these new photos up. Someone fucked up and created more confusion than needed to be, basically. This is Summer in Tim Mullen's photos. This one here, the way that this one was presented, remember sometimes we're like, wait, it looks like you're taking a picture of a phone, on a phone of a photo or whatever. This is the one that has like a lot of plexiglass over her. And this is when it started looking really weird. They're all different. Summer moon. Behind her, you're going to start seeing the machines. I'm going to show you in 1 minute. So now here's the bamboo stick. The bamboo stick is, I'm telling you, now I know it's that bamboo stick that was in the Wells' backyard. Okay, moving along. Driving, I smelled rotten flesh. My stomach suddenly felt horrible. I got out searching a field and then found some deer carcass. Suddenly, summer missing, not very real. Oh, got very real. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. He wrote this. It's very strange. And then he goes into these videos in the house. And in his house, he keeps the leaves in the video. Like floating through the video. All I hear is summer moon. All I hear is summer moon telling us she's in the leaves. And when I hear the leaves, I don't know where this is. I want to show you how he's holding the A real fast. But he's supposedly in his house. Look at how the shirt, that's what happens to the shirt. And in his house, this looks like an Aaron Carter house with that big window in the back. Reminds me of Aaron Carter. So when I look at this, that's my first reflex is Aaron Carter. Because he had the same looking room. When I see these leaves, I hear Summer saying these are the leaves that she's in. These leaves. So somehow, Summer Moon, no matter whatever she went through, knows the difference between real leaves and fake leaves. These are cut up leaves. These are like a project. What she's saying is she's in these leaves. These leaves. So these are the boxes in which you could find the children. So this would be like the last page in my last chapter of the book. This is where you would find the children in these leaves. When she talks about leaves, Summer Moon Wells is talking about this room. Wherever this is what she sees. She sees these colors. They surrounded her by these. All the children. They surrounded her by these leaves. It's one of the last things she saw were the leaves. She's in the leaves. It's very pronounced. She's in the leaves, and this photo comes from his video. So this photo to me shows the A-frame point. And that to me would be location. All the way on top. It really, you know, it's all the same story. There's the leaves. Inside the mailbox, when Tim Mullen left the phone inside the mailbox. He returned something inside that mailbox. They're showing a lot of information here with the mailbox. There's a lot more going on there. It's not a phone he's returning. He got the job done. It's done. See, what's in there is, it's done. That's what you get back. That's all you get back. That's what I hear. This is it. This is all you get back. I'm done. I'm out. I'm finished. I did what I needed to do. I'm out. Here, take it back. I'm done. I don't want it. I'm finished. This is all you get, is what he's saying. This is all you get. That's it. Leave me alone. I'm out of here. You guys fucked up. I'm done. I'm out. That's all you get. They just got, what happened, whatever the exchange was, they got smaller than originally discussed. They got a smaller chunk. This is a warehouse. It's just a warehouse. That's Summer's box. Crop it in. This here is, I'm telling you, this is why she says she's in the leaves, because this is an image that she has. She has this image. Summer does, you guys. This was interesting. He's smelling and moving a flannel. And this is what the flannel looks like. And what I see he's doing is talking about whatever's going on in the woods behind him. It's a TV. It's telling the story of whoever that is. And I've seen this so many times, this exact thing, in the guy who cuts the grass. You guys, this is now going to the bridge. This is towards the end of the sacrifice. And Tim Mullen, I've never felt so strongly as I do now that you know what happened to Summer. You're on the first leg of it, not the second. You're on the first piece of it. Those are children in there. So let me show you how between these storytellers, the photo changes, and the kids change inside. Why? Because you're at a different part of the story. This, different parts of the story. So those little skeleton things change. Tim Mullen, if you know This is, to me, telling me you know where she went and where she is, how she got taken, all of this. Right here is how I see these things, these boxes and these trophies being stored. Now, am I saying it's right here under this bridge? No. What I see in my third eye is what I see in many of the other creators, especially Ryan Upchurch, that's in their ceiling. So I think that these things are being stored in a ceiling like this, like that. Not to say this is where it is. So when I see this, I see Appalachian Fairground. I see a lot of places that have indoor stuff that looks like that. I see Summer Moon Wells' sacrifice was completed here, Tim Mullen. And I see as if you are the one who knows this process. That you were in charge of this leg of it. They brought you in because someone really fucked up. You took care of it. You came in, you did what you needed to do. And you were pissed. You're looking at another bit of information about Summer Moon Wells' story. It's telling you the story. It keeps coming back to the same location, you guys. It's not changing. The information is pointing right back to the same tree. That tree. That tree has a lot to say. This is Tim Mullen on Tim Mullen's page. This, I don't know if he thinks it's funny. It's not. Because this is Summer Moon Wells' sacrifice. This has been up there for a very long time. This is Summer Moon. Right here. Tim Mullen, you're telling the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children, and it comes across very loudly. The people here at WCIA Network family don't take this lightly. You're telling the story of Summer. You're telling the story of all of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. Why? Why are you showing video like this. These are two different people. That face, this face, and this face. I know what these are. They're symbols of summer moon. Like, I don't understand. This has got to stop. Putting this shit up there and just like ho-humming and, oh, no one's going to notice. Well, by us speaking up here, we're going to bring them to notice. I see it. I see the elements. This was the vigil. That I believe this came from Tim's video. I don't know why else I would have it in here. But I need you guys to really recognize and look what they're showing. I don't know who else has this other than this channel. They showed this, but it wasn't like this. They didn't show it where there was a sacrifice like this. There's no way. This is the summer moon whilst missing children. This is the night that they have like real sacrifices, murders. This video holds all these photos. This is the story of summer moon whilst missing children. This vigil shows a poster of I don't know who, but this is not Summer. This is, in the video, the poster of Summer. I told you the one in the car had dark hair. Whoever this is isn't Summer. You guys. It's not her. So I'm not really sure who the fuck is, what's going on, or who the fuck's putting this shit in there. But in that same video, I have these photos. I'll bring that one down. These, I'll get closer. I'll show you what's in the back of these photos. It's the equipment. It's what you see in the fake cars. This is like what I see in Benny's fake car. That is what's in this video, which I will cover next time. That's what's in here, you guys. It's not the sacrifice that you think it is what's going on here. It isn't. So when you go back in time, you go look at the elements. Don't allow them to tell you the story that you're going to hear, so you don't hear anything else. These are sacrifices that are going on the stage. That's what is happening here. This is what's happening here. That right there, what you see, you guys, is a little panda. It's exactly what you're looking at is exactly what you see. But you have to be honest with yourself in what you're looking at. You have to be honest when you go through these videos so you know you are seeing the truth. This is what's at this vigil. And that's supposed to be the vigil of Summer Moon Wells. This is not summer. Absolutely not. That is not her. On that note, you guys, I'm done. So we just covered bridge, water, leaves, bamboo sticks. Yeah. Boxes, boxes, look for them. When you look at the photos, you guys do your own investigating with your own eyes. I love you all. God bless you all for being here. Thank you to my subscribers and my members. Muffin Top, amazing job. I am out. Good night, folks.